Hello and welcome to another year in review video. As always, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing and giving this video a like if you do like it. So this year in review is for 1938, which saw 40 cartoons released. As always, I will go over the following points: the overview of the year, my overall thoughts, my favourite cartoon, my least favourite cartoons, the funniest and weirdest animated moments, and a conclusion. So without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, let's take a look at the cartoons released this year, starting with Daffy Duck and Egghead, Porky's Popper, My Little Buckaroo, Porky at the Crocodero,
What you doing here,
Jungle Jitters.
Now, lady, I have here a marvelous device that you can't afford not to afford.
What Price Porky? The Sneezing Weasel.
While the mother's away, the weasel will play. That's a good one.
Porky's Phony Express. A Star is Hatched. Porky's 5 and 10.
Bye-bye. So long. I'll be toodaloo.
The Penguin Parade.
And see the penguins on parade.
Porky's Hare Hunt. Now that summer is gone.
For winter, now that summer is gone.
Engine Trouble. The Isle of Pingo Pongo.
Now, boss?
No, not now.
Porky the Fireman. Catnip College. Have you got any castles?
Have you got any castles that you want to build, baby?
Porky's Party. Love and Curses.
Ah, what a dainty morsel.
Porky's Spring Planting. Cinderella Meets Fella. Porky and Daffy.
Wait, open your peepers. Daffy.
Major Twomley.
The Major Lied Till Dawn.
I say, you do have an awfully fine collection of head there, you know.
Quite so, definitely so to speak, you know what I mean.
A Lad in Baghdad.
I wish I had some nice new clothes.
Holy Smoke.
Who are you?
Who am I? Why, I thought all smokers knew me. Here's my card.
Cracked Ice. A Feud There Was. Porky in Wackyland.
I don't know.
Little Pancho Vanilla.
Like him.
Porky's Naughty Nephew. Johnny Smith and Poker Hunters.
History books, because I
You're in Education.
There's a way to be enlightened. Food's an education in itself.
Porky in Egypt.
Hey, wait, hold on. I want to go also.
The Night Watchman. The Daffy Duck.
I want it to be so quiet that you can hear a pin drop.
Daffy Duck in Hollywood.
This should be a close-up. Am I right, boys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Count Me Out.
Now, the first thing you must do is to strike the correct fighting pose. Head back and chest out.
Porky the Gob.
Nobody knows where or when. We're push shoving right off again.
And The Mice Will Play.
Hey! Anybody here?
1938, as is seemingly every year so far for the Schlesinger studio, is another one of major change. The biggest changes came from yet again numerous directorial changes for the studio. Friz Freleng, who had been around since the very beginning at the Harmonizing Studios and then Schlesinger Studios, took a job over at MGM Studios for better pay. While Friz would eventually return to the Schlesinger Studios, his last short for the time being would be A Star Is Hatched, a semi-remake of Let It Be Me.
Pull up your anchor. This is no parking lot.
With Friz gone, his unit, with the exception of some animated changes, would be taken over by Cal Dalton, who had worked in Friz's unit after working in Jack King's unit. For whatever reason, Dalton, in his directing career at the Schlesinger Studios, would not direct any shorts solo. At first he was teamed up with storyman Cal Howard for 3 shorts, which were Porky's Phony Express, Catnip College, and A Lad in Baghdad. Cal Howard would then leave the studio and Dalton would be teamed up with Ben Hardaway, who previously directed shorts for Schlesinger, with his last short prior being Buddy in Africa. Hardaway's first short as director this year, with Dalton being uncredited this one time, was Porky's Hare Hunt. While this short is very similar to Porky's Duck Hunt in many ways, right down to the screwy character, this would be the first appearance of a prototype Bugs Bunny, which didn't have a name yet, though Mel Blanc would later say the name of the character was Happy Rabbit. The character had no real resemblance to the rabbit that would be introduced in A Wild Hare, but would later on prove to be an important milestone in the history towards the development of Warner Brothers' most popular character. This character would only appear once in 1938. Another major directing change would involve Frank Tashlin. As he did in 1937, Tashlin directed a combination of Porky Pig and Merry Melody shorts. However, after his last short, You're in Education, Tashlin got into an argument with studio manager Henry Binder, and ended up resigning and working for Disney. Tashlin's unit was then offered to Bob McKimson, who by this point was the head animator, but he instead recommended the directing position be offered to Charles M. Chuck Jones, who accepted. By this point, Jones had been working in Bob Clampett's unit as an uncredited co-director for a few shorts and as an animator. The first and only short directed by Chuck Jones in 1938 would be The Night Watchman. A few other things of note occurred this year. The first would be the appearance of the name Elmer Fudd. While the name would appear on lobby cards for the Isle of Pingo Pongo, it would appear in the short A Feud There Was. The character, though, would still be very similar looking to the Egghead character. There is still much debate whether the character Egghead and this early version of Elmer Fudd were the same character or not. After being in only one short in 1937, Daffy Duck would appear in 4 this year, proving very popular with audiences, further cementing his status as a new star for the studio. 2 of these shorts would involve Daffy being teamed up with Porky Pig, a successful team-up which continues to this day. And finally, while this character would only have 2 appearances during the studio's golden age, The dodo would appear in the cartoon Porky in Wacky Land, an iconic cartoon which is now in the American National Film Registry. The only other appearance during this era would be in a colour remake years later, and yet the character is still fondly remembered even to this day. And now on to my overall thoughts. 1938 was definitely an interesting year for me. Much like with 1937, this year had some major highs, but also a fair few average to really bad shorts. Nevertheless, the shorts I did like far outweighed the ones I didn't, so I'd probably put this about on par with 1937. A few interesting observations I did make for this year though. While Friz would leave for MGM early that year, most of his last few shorts were actually quite good. I noticed glimpses of the type of Friz shorts that we would best know him for, so it was interesting to see that he wasn't phoning it in so close to when he was about to leave. And while Tashlin was my favourite director in 1937, towards the end of his work in 1938, I did notice his output slipped a little bit. But then again, aside from a few racist elements, his work is still solid, but again, I just felt it wasn't as good as it was before. And finally, it's also interesting to compare the Bob Clampett shorts which feature Chuck Jones's involvement to the ones that don't. It appeared that once Chuck left, Bob just went really wacky, as though the shackles for him just came off. Now I have no preference for either, as I do like the shorts that Bob did with Chuck and without, but it's definitely something I did notice. And now on to my favourite cartoons of the year. Given that Chuck Jones only directed one cartoon this year, I will focus on everyone else. Also, while Cal Dalton had two different co-directors on all his shorts, I will still group his work all in one place. Starting with Friz Freleng, I really enjoyed My Little Buckaroo. Aside from the hilarious song that is sung, it is a solid, funny short and one that I will definitely revisit. It's also one of the best Friz Freleng shorts during his first stint at Warner's in my opinion. With Cal Dalton and his various co-directors, they made both Porky and Merry Melody shorts this year, so for the Porky shorts I would go with Porky's Hare Hunt. Now it's not the best short, but at least I chuckled a few times, and I guess that's important when trying to pick a favourite. As for the Merry Melodies, I really enjoyed Count Me Out. Sure, it's a little predictable, but I thought it was a pretty funny short to watch and actually took me by surprise, to be honest. With Frank Tashlin, my favourite Porky of the year would have to be Holy Smoke. It's got some great music and some wonderful animation, and it's quite funny too. Porky at the Crocodero would be a very close runner-up. As for his Merry Melodies, I did enjoy Cracked Ice quite a bit, which is such a deceptive little short that starts off very Disney but ends up being very Avery by the end. A very close runner-up would be Now That Summer Is Gone, which is almost the same thing in relation to starting off Disney but ending up being just that little bit different. With Tex Avery, his output this year was very solid and it was very hard for me to pick a favourite. But in the end, I must go with Daffy Duck in Hollywood. Nostalgia definitely played a part in this decision, so I understand if you disagree. To me, it's perfect from start to finish. It's also my favourite Merry Melody short of the year. And finally, with Bob Clampett, he made so many amazing shorts this year, it would be tough for me to pick one out, but if I'm being honest, my favourite just has to be Porky and Daffy. It had a perfect blend of wacky humour and a little bit of a story too, and just had me smiling from start to finish. Needless to say, it's also my favourite Porky short of the year. It's also my favourite Daffy Duck short of the year, edging out Daffy Duck in Hollywood ever so slightly. And now on to my least favourite shorts, as each director has made at least one short that just didn't work for me for one reason or another. Starting with Tex Avery, my least favourite would have to be The Isle of Pingo Pongo, a cartoon from the Censored 11 series. While the start is funny, the rest of it just isn't funny at all, due to its incredibly racist imagery and jokes. And the same goes with Friz Freleng's short Jungle Jitters, another cartoon in the Censored 11 series, which is actually even worse, and had even less funny bits than Pingo Pongo, and this is also the worst Merry Melody short of this year. With Tashlin, my least favourite has to be Porky's spring planting, which seems to be Tashlin just going through the motions. Now, it's not a terrible cartoon by any means, it's certainly watchable, but it's far from his best work. Clampett's short, Porky's 5 and 10, features some decent gags, but for me it was probably the weakest he directed this year. Though I will say that Clampett's weakest this year is still miles better than Cal Dalton's best efforts. And speaking of Dalton, his worst short and worst Porky short of the year is definitely Porky the Gob. This one is more fascinating in just how the gags themselves aren't bad per se, but the timing is definitely off. It also feels more like a 1934 buddy cartoon than something from 1938. It's not the worst thing I've seen, but it is definitely the worst Porky cartoon of this year. It's that time again. Now we're going to see the weirdest and funniest animated moments of the 1938 Looney Tunes year. Given the amount of cartoons that came out, it's a long one, so grab some popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Sit down, sit down.
I'm not crazy. I just don't give a darn.
1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10.
Too bad. Hold your seats, folks. Here we go again. My name is Daffy Duck. I work on a merry-go-round. The job was swell. I did quite well till the merry-go-round broke down. The guy that worked with me was a horse with a lavender eye. Around in world we'd wink at girls till the merry-go-round broke down. Up and down and round it we sped. The dizzy pace soon went to my head. Now you know why I'm dizzy and do the things I do. I am a screw and you'd be too if the merry-go-round broke down. Yes, the merry-go-round broke down.
But I'm telling you, he's 100% nuts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And on this farm he has a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a little calf here and a little calf there, here a calf, there a calf, everywhere a calf, calf. Porky's papa has a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Well, the heifer beat us. You just eat your hay hay and show that tin can cow who can make the most. Oh, every time you open your kisser, you put your foot in it. Bessie, you gotta eat. You don't want to be smothered in onions, do you? Quartuplet. That's the last straw.
Then suddenly, stick him up! For the terror.
Say!
Once more, the terror has outwitted the law. One day, out on the sun-baked desert, a half-baked ranger rides.
Close your sleepy eyes, my little buckaroo, while the light of western skies is shining down on you. Now it's time that you were rounding up a dream or two. So go to sleep, my little buckaroo.
See?
That swing dishwasher. I must get him back schnell.
Ladies and gentlemen, schnell means quick.
Oh, Porky, come back when I give you a bad little job on all the dishes you can write on cups and...
Chinatown, my Chinatown, when the lights are low. Oh, dreamy, dreamy Chinatown. Chinatown. Oh, dreamy, dreamy Chinatown.
I hope they all get indigestion. I hope.
Oh, that's wow.
Nobody asked for the last chicken.
Which way is the front? Thanks.
Pardon me just a minute, and I'll make a quick change. Not a bad disguise, huh?
You all set, partner?
I know I have unlimited talents. Really, I do. Don't you?
Samples the way these samples is equally understood. Go out and try your luck, you might be Daffy Duck.
Come, my little puddle jumpers. Pull up your anchor. This is no park you'll never forget and never stop telling your friends back home about. And now, folks, I will show you your favorite movie star at play. Yes, sir.
I think I'd better make this a close-up. Don't you think so, boys?
If she dances with or without a fan.
Come up and see me sometime, you big...
Hey, bud. Did you ever hear this story? About the two old mules in the army? Well, one day these two old mules... then when...
I don't get it.
To me, my own. Everywhere in my dreamboat, oh, North Pole.
Out there in the audience think we're going to keep this up all night, you're screwy. And we do mean you.
Sure glad to get rid of that dope.
That's what you think.
Go get him, Zero. You're nothing doing.
Of course, you know that this means war.
Fine. I'll be out in a couple of days. A couple of days? That's what you think.
One is sure to get his acorn sort of now that summer is gone.
Papa needs new parachute. 7. You boys must be touched.
What? No more nuts? Well, better luck next time.
Hey, Porky! Better scout on ahead. Keep a sharp lookout for Injun Joe. The varmint.
I know something I won't tell.
What is it?
Well, it's just that... well, it's I know something I won't tell.
What do you know?
Well, it's a secret. I know something I won't tell. I won't tell. I won't tell. I know something I won't.
What do you know, huh?
It's just that Injun Joe is ticklish.
Oh, wait! Do 'em some more?
The Statue of Liberty. Once on the high seas, we set a direct course for Pingo Pongo. Steaming through the calm waters of the Pacific, our ship passes many interesting islands. Canary Islands. Sandwich Islands. And the Thousand Islands.
Now, boss?
No, this is a species of hummingbird. Intensely interesting is the mockingbird.
Intensely interesting is the mockingbird.
Notice its brilliant plumage.
Notice its brilliant plumage.
Bird must have been crossed with a cuckoo.
This bird must have been crossed with a Who, me?
And here, cuddling in its nest and only 1 day old, we find a tiny baby canary bird calling to its mother.
Mama!
Beautiful marking. Whoa, slow down, girls. We want to see what you look like. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, boss?
No, not now. Typical of the island life are the... Hey, what are you fellas doing here in the tropics?
We're on a vacation. Yeah.
Okay, turn her on. Hurry up. Turn her on.
What did you say?
I said, turn on the water.
Oh. You say?
I said, get me down out of here. Put me on the street. Put me on the street.
Oh.
Don't worry. I'll save you.
Don't worry about me. Go save Grandpa.
Okay, all right. Wind her up fast.
Cause the rhythm bug had bit him. Sleeping or eating, there's a rumpus on the
say?
Lucy? So awfully silly. Why, look, it's only old Black Fury after all.
Daring entertainment in those days.
Wow! Come, my pretty dove, fly with me to the city. Gorgeous gowns will be yours. Curses! I'll cover you with diamonds and pearls.
How dare you? You can't. I love only Harold.
I'll have to resort to more forceful methods.
Have you seen my Emily?
Who? That gal? Ah, go on. I push better dames than that off the boat.
The soul that suffers is stronger than the soul that rejoices.
Chimes, follow your mother's leading.
He only is exempt from failure who makes no effort.
These potatoes, corn, beans, turnips, my. Just look at the delightful garden. Such variety. you and me get together. You leave my garden alone, and I'll plant a separate garden just for you, and grow anything you want. Do you like carrots? Do you like asparagus? Do you like spinach? Do you like corn?
We're going to the ball, we're going to the ball, but you stay home. And I do mean you. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I guess I got my dates mixed. Oh! Well, I guess it'll have to do.
Prince Charming!
Where are you? Where are you? No? This must be Cinderella's house.
Here I am in the 10th row. Keep your shirt on. I'll be right up. Oh, Princy. What do we do now?
Let's go back in the 10th row and stay for the newsreel.
In this corner, at 203 1/3 pounds, the most magnificent, marvelous, multiple, monstrous, man-balling, massive, meaty muscles ever to master, mortify, match, make mincemeat, and mangle many menacing monsters from Manitoba to Minneapolis. Remember, no hitting below the belt.
I'm so crazy, I don't know this is impossible.
Oh, see Daffy.
Honey, put in the Pelican, his beak can hold more than his belly can. Gee, thanks, chum. Don't you know I like lollipops?
way into the interior, we spotted many interesting denizens of the jungle. An elephant never forgets, but on the first day out, we came upon a curious chap. This beggar was trying to remember something.
Now, let me see. Now, was it,
Failing to shoot him, I decided to track him down. By Jove, if it's good enough for that sailor man, it's good enough for me. Here I am as...
Candy beans I get.
Mary Hallow. Oh, little lamb is sleep with it. How do you do, and how are you, and how do you do, and how are you, and how do you do, doodly doodly do. How do you do, hey, how do you do? How do you do, and how are you, and how do you do, doodly doodly do. How do you do, and how are you, and how are you, and how do you do, doodly doodly do.
Porky Pig! Zoe, 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 zoe. Hurry it up, please. For Sunday school, you will be late here.
Okay, Mom.
It's no fun to smoke just one. Take 6 at a stroke. Fume and buzz and sizzle. Smoke I got and chew some more. Now that we have spoke. Chew and chew and chew, chew. Little boss should not smoke.
The man's in the water. He's drowning. Help, help, help. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
people snoring, just like a hurricane. From the motion picture of the same name.
Wow, wow.
Winds mean what we said. Shake a leg, you McCoys, and rouse your lazy bones.
Ha ha. In one of these here now cartoon pictures, a body can get away with anything.
I'm sure them no good weavers. I hates them to pieces. Is there a weaver in the audience?
Yeah, you skunk!
He says his mama was scared by a pawnbroker's sign.
Information about the dodo. Quick, tell me, where's he live? What's he like? Where'd he go? Which way?
That way!
Introducing, in person, the Dodo.
Pocus! Presto!
Watch this. The 8-ball in the side pocket.
Pinky?
Get on your marks! Get set!
Stroke, 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 stroke. Stroke, 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 stroke. Stroke, 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 stroke. Stroke.
Hello, boys.
The voices. They got me. It's a desert madness. Cannons to the right of me. Boots, boots, boots. I'm going mad. It's the gallows. Partner, we're lost. We'll rot and become bones. White chalky bones. What's that? We're saved. The camels are coming. The camels are coming. The camels are coming.
Camels is the craziest peoples.
Hey, bud, come here.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Come here.
Yes, sir.
You the night watchman around here, bud?
Yes, no, sir, but my daddy is, and he's sick, and I'm supposed to...
So, your pa's sick, eh? Ain't that a shame? Hey, fellas, the watchman's sick.
Now ain't that just too
bad.
Well, let's eat. Come on, slugs.
Scalpel, scissors, clamps, needle, cotton, iodine, package,
Hello, pleased to meet ya. What's the big idea? Take it easy, Skipper. I'm sorry. I won't be screwy anymore. Cross my heart. Here's a present from me to you. It's me again!
With its inventor at the controls, the mystery plane roars down the runway. And he's off. He's off. He's off. Hundreds of jitterbugs swing out in finals of hot dance contest.
Here we are at Madison Round Garden, and there's the bell for the first round. And now the boys leap to the center of the ring. Here's what's-his-name giving so-and-so a terrific right to the jaw. And there's a hard right to the head, and another hard right. It's too brutal. I can't stand it. I can't stand it!
Here you be, Johnny.
That's sure fast service.
Would have been here sooner. But I say I would have been here sooner, but the bridge was out. Entirely gone. I say it ain't there no more. Was washed out.
Okay, Pop.
Well, we can't please everybody. Did it, Mamie?
For the fourth and final lesson, we'll do a little boxing. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Jab, duck, jab, duck, duck, jab. What if I duck, jab, jab, duck? What if I duck, jab, jab, duck, duck, duck? Nice going. And that concludes your boxing instruction. And here's your diploma.
It's amazing!
And in this corner, the challenger at 6 7/8. Boy, what a physique! What a man! You can have
Boys right in the middle of the ring. Starts sparring around, shooter right and left in the middle of the back. Referee comes, taps the boys in the back. Now the boys fall back. Now they're getting back and starting around the clinch. They're doing the big apple Suzuki. Nice work if you can get it. Trying hard to live that spot to make that blow. Do you need money in your car? Paid for or not?
And so ends 1938, yet another pivotal year in the history of Looney Tunes as we head towards the end of the decade and ever so closer to a certain rascally rabbit. Well, the real one anyway. As always, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't, and until next time, take care.